back to the daily venture as I talk about James Gunn reassuring fans that studio intervention will likely not be a problem for the DC universe. Also, James Gunn has lessened the fears of fans anxious about Blue Beetle, assuring that the movie will still be released in 2023. As for the new shakeup following weeks of adverse comments grounded at DC Studios and co-CEOs James Gunn and Peter Safran, Suicide Squad director David Ayer saw a silver lining to the backlash. Replying to fans' questions on Mastodon, the DC Studios co-CEO responded to a user who accused the disorganization of the once titled DC Extended Universe on Warner Bros. Of evolving too engaged in the production process. The position is different than it was with Zack Snyder, etc. Peter Safran and I are the heads of DC Studios. The only studio interference would be from us. Gunn answered. In the years after its release, numerous fans of the franchise have campaigned for Warner Bros. Discovery to #release the Ayer cut. Despite multiple retail success tales, the now-dead DCEU was reportedly a primary target of studio executives requiring substantial modifications to films released in theaters. One of the most infamous issues is that of David Ayer's Suicide Squad, which caught the filmmaker length himself from the undertaking following the film's shoddy crucial blowout. I made something amazing. My cut is an intricate and emotional journey with some bad people who are shit on and discarded, a theme that resonates in my soul. The studio cut is not my movie, reads Ayer's view on the matter. Suicide Squad isn't the sole case of fans pushing for a director's cut of a movie. Fans widely condemned the surprising amount for its uneven style and mucky narrative, issues handled when the comprehensive interpretation was emitted on HBO Max. 2021 saw the premiere of Zack Snyder's Justice League, marketed as the movie the director envisioned before he quit the mid-production undertaking regarding a family predicament. In the wake of his release, Warner Bros. Gave over directing responsibilities to Joss Whedon and urged several substantial modifications to the story and characters. As for Gunn's DCU, points on the franchise stay scarce. The acclaimed filmmaker has described some parts of the slate, where he mentions the story of a Superman film that concentrates on a more youthful Clark Kent and will not bring Henry Cavill into the new movie. On a similar thought, Dwayne Johnson also assured that he would not be entering the DCU's first chapter as Black Adam despite the current release of the self-titled blockbuster. Outside these shifts in the studio, DC fans can nevertheless look forward to the 2023's releases of The Flash and Shazam 2, Blue Beetle and Aquaman, and The Lost Kingdom. Speaking of Blue Beetle, Gunn seemed both confident and fairly keen in replying to a fan on Twitter who feared that the shakeups at DC would suggest the expiration of the eagerly anticipated Blue Beetle film, set to come out next year. The character's first live-action film arrival will be DC's first film starring a Latino character, a notable landmark marked by numerous fans. Amid a current slate of rescinded projects at DC, starting with the contentious canning of Almost Done Batgirl in August before Gunn and Peter Safran took over and recently continuing that trend with the likes of Man of Steel 2 and Wonder Woman 3, lovers of the franchise have been apprehensive regarding the futures of the films still presently in production or ready to come out next year. The 2023 slate has Shazam 2, which the studio moved back from a November 2022 release date to March 2023, The Flash in June, which includes contending with a controversy of its own, Blue Beetle in August, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom on Christmas Day. After Batgirl's revocation, Blue Beetle director Angel Manuel Soto expressed his initial fears that his film would suffer a similar situation. "I'm not going to lie. There was concern, anger, fear at first," he stated, but announced that Warner Bros. Discovery executives had been fast to comfort him that his film was safe. Numerous fans were worried about Blue Beetle and Black Canary, both of which, like Batgirl, were initially slated to be HBO Max exclusives and feature showing characters of a different minority. The future of Black Canary, the lead character whispered to emerge in Batgirl, is yet unknown. The fate of Blue Beetle in the DC universe, even tracking the forthcoming film, upgraded to a theatrical release, appears more reliable. Yet, the studio could reveal the reverse flank of the official poster to feature the phrase, "This is just the beginning." Gunn has already conveyed his eagerness for Blue Beetle, speaking about comedian and entertainer George Lopez. "Wait till people see how good you are in this, George." Lopez portrays Jamie Reyes' uncle, Rudy. Starring in the film as Jamie is Cobra Kai's very own Colo Maridueña, along with a cast that has Lopez, Bruna Marquezine, Adriana Barraza, Belisa Escobedo, Elpidia Carrillo, Dunnet-Alcocer, Raúl Trujillo, Harvey Guillen, and Susan Sarandon. Guillen's part has been held under wraps while Sarandon plays the vicious Victoria Cord, an original character with alleged links to the last Blue Beetle, Ted Cord. Blue Beetle comes to theaters on August 18, 2023. Meanwhile, following weeks of adverse critiques grounded at DC Studios and co-CEOs James Gunn and Peter Safran, Suicide Squad director David Ayer saw a silver lining to the backlash. Composing on Twitter, Ayer replied to a tweet posted by Gunn that emphasized some of the extreme views enthusiasts of his film have issued against him and Safran. The filmmaker admitted that he's acquainted with the type of hostility the visionary team is abiding by. "I always saw the negativity as a testament to the power of these characters," noted Ayer. "There's something deeply mythological in them that ignites passion on both sides." After the tweet was distributed across social media, numerous people started to claim that Ayer was expressing his approval of unhealthy fandoms, pressing the director to explain his choice in words. Sigh. No. Just no. Praising negativity? Absolutely not. Look, I get it, you need to pull eyes to your articles. Write a wild headline. That's the game. But on no planet do I control hate, trolling, toxicity. Can everyone just play nice? He noted. Despite Suicide Squad establishing to be a hit at the box office upon its coming out in 2016, Ayer maintains a turbulent past with both DC and Warner Brothers. After analysts criticized the comic book adaptation, driving the filmmaker to the condition that the studio laboriously interfered in the production of the film and eventually recut the movie into an interpretation he doesn't support. "I made something amazing. My cut is an intricate and emotional journey with some bad people who are shit on and discarded, a theme that resonates in my soul. The studio cut is not my movie," reads Ayer's official account on the matter. Following the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League, numerous fans of the DC Extended Universe have reached out to Warner Bros. Discovery to give them the Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad. While the case has trended across social media several times, the studio has no goals to show an alternate modification. Despite this, Ayer thinks his interpretation could someday see the light of day under Gunn and Safran's regime. "As far as my cut, of course I want it seen. And I believe there's a real shot at it. It just won't be tomorrow," Ayer stated. Suicide Squad is currently streaming on HBO Max while it's still to be decided when Gunn and Safran will unveil their full vision for the DCU future.